How many more times is it my fault? Is it my grandkids' fault too? Is it my grandkids' fault too?
Your fault.
The reason why I don't have no white friends is because they are passive-aggressive people.
Absolutely, white parents are teaching their white children to hate black and indigenous and people of color.
You know what I think we need to do? We need to start teaching our children the same thing that they are teaching their children. They're teaching their children to white people.
Hello guys, welcome back to Vibe Reacts, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please like, share and subscribe. In today's video, we are going to see so many white people. They feel depressed and guilty in that they're afraid to admit it. Well, you see, the thing is that you cannot build the world in pain and expect peace to last for long. It doesn't work that way. For decades, many of our African brothers and sisters, they have gone through so much pain. Imagine whereby our ancestral lands, they were being grabbed. They were taken forcefully in that they don't care. They were just taking it. You and your family, you are being left there, displaced and desperate. You are just there with nothing. Also imagine whereby you are being taken, beaten, threatened, and also you are shipped and even taken to the market and sold as objects. This is something that we African people will never forget, what these white people did to us. You can't hide from what you did. Guilt will be always hunting you down. Let's quickly watch the video as we come back for discussions.
You know what I think we need to do? We need to start teaching our children the same thing that they are teaching their children. They're teaching their children to white people. They're teaching them how to be from a small age. And our little white children are growing up and going out into this world not prepared, feeling guilty, thinking that there's something wrong with them. And I know that it probably sounds a little out there, but our little one, they need to be prepared what could happen to them in certain situations. These people say they're the ones that live in fear, and they're the ones that are scared, and there's all these sundown towns and everyone's against them, when we all actually know the truth. And our kids and our family members and just people that are not aware of what's really out there working against us, they need to know. And don't feel bad for going to people that you love and care about and saying, hey, don't go to these big festivals and cities. Don't go where there are large groups of these people. Don't go there, because you don't know what could happen. Because I'll tell you this right now, when I do have grandkids, I'm going to make sure that they don't have an ounce of white. I'm going to make sure that they know that they have done nothing wrong, and not to let anyone in this world convince them that they are less than anyone else.
The black community has long suffered under the weight of systemic racism and discrimination. As white people, it is our responsibility to use our privilege to support and uplift the black community. Here are a few ways that we can be better allies. Listen and learn. We need to listen to black voices and experiences without interrupting or dismissing them. We should educate ourselves on the history of systemic racism and the ways that it continues to impact the black community today. We should seek out resources, books, and documentaries that help us understand the issues. Next, speak up. We should use our privilege to speak up against racism and discrimination. We should challenge racist comments and behaviors, even if it's uncomfortable. Silence that which perpetuates racism. We should support Black-owned businesses in our communities. We should advocate for policies that support economic justice and equity. Donate to Black-led organizations. Financially support Black-led organizations that are working to address systemic racism and inequality. It can be done through regular contributions or contributing to certain campaigns and initiatives. We should also use our platforms for good as white people. We have access to platforms and audiences that the Black community may not have. We should use our platforms to amplify Black voices and perspectives, raise awareness about issues affecting the Black community, and promote positive change. Be open to feedback and learning from our mistakes, as we will make mistakes along the way. But it's important to acknowledge them, apologize, and learn from them. We should be open to feedback and willing to change our behavior and perspectives as we continue to learn and grow. Being a better ally to the Black community requires a willingness to listen, learn, and take action. It requires us to use our privilege for good, support Black-owned businesses and communities, and speak up against racism and discrimination.
I think white people think that other people want to be them. I think they think other people want to be white. They actually think that people are looking at them ordering Charlie Kirk's at Starbucks in a show of solidarity and thinking, God, I wish that was fucking me. They think people want to be like them. Bro, nobody wants to be like white people.
How many more times is it my fault? Is it my grandkids' fault too? Is it my grandkids' fault too?
Your fault. Yeah.
It is. I mean, I'm just saying generationally, I understand it's about equality and like, hey, these certain people were oppressed. You can fucking look it up in anywhere, and it's not. No one's denying it. I'm just saying, like, it's not my fault, but it was my fault.
It wasn't your fault.
Hey, I could be Irish. I might be clear, but it had nothing to do with me or my grandpa. I know my grandpa. He wasn't on that shit.
Let's talk about it. You know, for so many years, our African brothers and sisters, they were beaten, they were chained, and they were sold. And it's not because they wronged someone, not really. It's simply because our skin tone gave these white people power, in that they felt like they owned us. And you can imagine being in a situation whereby you wake up every day knowing that you do not owe your body and you have no say in your life. Just imagine that. Try to picture out that kind of situation. Being packed up so tightly, crossed oceans in chains, and then you're sold like objects, guys. You can imagine. Our ancestral land were taken, our languages, culture, and traditions, they were banned. Our daily meal was whip, which they were getting from morning till evening, just hot whips. And you can imagine they were being overworked under that hot sun 24/7. No pay, no freedom. Then this is why we African people are so mad about these people, because who does that? Why could they do that to us? Are we not human beings? Well, those days, slavery wasn't something small. You see, these European traders, these mainly the Portuguese, the Spanish, the British, and the Dutch, they used to buy these Africans and use them as laborers in these American countries. Guys, you can imagine all this pain. Mind you, as you're being bought, you guys are separated. Your kids have gone somewhere else, your husband has gone somewhere else, your wife has gone somewhere else, in that you guys, you'll never ever meet. You can imagine that pain that we Africans still have it in our heads, in our minds. But what I can say is that this issue of this colonization and slavery, it didn't just end there. You see, that's why till today, in the 21st century, we still have people addressing issues like racism. That's why you find it's so difficult for us Africans to go to these countries like the USA, UK, When you go there, it's very difficult for us to make it. Because remember, we are still under this our beautiful skin tone. We are not white as them. So getting even a job will be something very hard. And when you get that job, my dear sister, you're underpaid. And the worst is that you cannot complain, because if you complain, you'll be fired. Another person will come in and take that position. That's so bad. Also, you get even in our African schools, our schools are crowded. There are low funds. You can't compare our African schools with those ones of the white people. You can never do that. You can't even compare our health system with the ones that those British and those Americans are having there out there. You can never compare it at all. Well, guys, you see, guilt alone, it doesn't fix anything, but action does. How about it's high time we teach our children, most especially these white children, we teach them about the history. We teach them about what we Africans went through. We teach them how to love our African brothers and sisters, because we are all human beings. Why do we have cases whereby we still have these white parents? They tell their children not to play with black people, not to negotiate with them, not to do anything with these black people. For heaven's sake, for how long will this issue be addressed? Women face even deeper pain. Imagine working under that hot sun, being overworked actually, going through childbirth, the abuse, then you get to raise a kid knowing that the moment they could know how to walk and talk, they'll be taken away from you. This is so painful. But all in all, the pain was real and felt, and there's nothing that we can do to change the past. We cannot change whatever that happened, but we can choose to change what's happening next. The chains are gone, but the lessons remains. Thank you so much for tuning in to Vibe Reacts. For those who have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. Much love from Vibe Reacts. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please go rush and like, subscribe, and share the video. Thank you so much once again. One love.